All right. Hello, you all. Welcome to Baptiste Yoga TV. I am Baron Baptiste. I'm here with a dear friend and peer, Nick Clark. Good to be here with you, Nick.
Great to be here.
I'm getting ready to lead a level 1 training. And I was thinking, so I have a way of preparing. I start prepping myself to lead a level 1, like, weeks in advance kind of thing. And I was like, and part of what I like to do is just be in a conversation, like a communication around the methodology, just in a conversation, just to bring it to life, breathe oxygen into it, pull it out, put it up in the space, be in conversation. I thought, who would be a great person to have a conversation with about some of the methodology. I'm like, Nick Clark, come right to my mind. So welcome, Nick. Good to be with you. How you doing?
Hey, good, Baron. Thank you, man. That means a lot. I definitely feel your energy, even though we're live streaming from Utah to Idaho. I'm feeling your good vibes, man, and I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this.
Yeah, nice. You too, man. Likewise. Do you want to just tell everyone a little bit about? So you and your wife Katie have a studio. Where's that? And what's it called? You say it.
Our Baptiste Yoga affiliate studio is Spotted Dog Yoga and Sup, based out of Folsom, California.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice. Yep. You all have created an amazing community there.
We sure have.
Yeah, and you're a certified teacher. And I want to say you've been in my life for a good amount of time, but where did it start? You have to refresh me on that one.
Our relationship began in 2011 at Kalani. That's when I took my very first training with you, our level 1 inside the sweat bubble of Kalani, man. And ever since then,
Kalani is just so people don't know, it's just on the big island of Hawaii. It's there's a resort there. I don't know if it's still there, but I haven't been there in years. But it was where once a year I would do a level 1 training at Kalani. It was right on a cliff. It was like edgeway to a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean, and it's a pretty magical spot, actually. Yeah.
Yep. So that's where it
started there, 2011.
2011. Yep.
I see. Level 1. Yeah.
That's it.
And then what happened after that?
Well, after that, I went home charged up and was lucky enough to be living with a family and watching over their dog while they traveled. So I was able to save up some money, and I did level 2 the same year and level 3 the same year.
Wow.
So I did level 1, 2, and 3 with you in 2011.
2011. Okay. And then out of that, did you already have a studio, or were you teaching, or yeah?
No, I was teaching in a local studio in Sacramento, but we did not have a studio. And so at that point, I was teaching consistently on the class schedule. And then I was teaching 40 Days to Personal Revolution programs. And that's where I met my wife, Katie, who ultimately did a 40 Days to Personal Revolution program, then decided she wanted to do a teacher training, then decided she wanted to do all the Baptiste yoga trainings. And then the next thing you know, the right step for us was to open the first Baptiste yoga affiliate actually, I think it was the first Baptiste yoga affiliate in the state of California, Spotted Dog.
And that was in Folsom?
Yeah, in Folsom.
Oh, cool. Very cool. And then, and for people who don't know, 40 Days to Personal Revolution is a program, 40 days, obviously, and it's based on my second book that I wrote, 40 Days to Personal Revolution, and pretty phenomenal program. But it's a program that's introduced a lot of people to not just yoga practice, but meditation practice, to self-inquiry, to a personal and self-development that integrates, connects, lines up body, mind, being. And out of these 40 days, it said something somewhere, is it biblical maybe, where, it takes 40 days to really kind of, if you do something consistently for 40 days, it makes enough of an impression on your brain and on your being that you now have access to continue that habit and make that habit, that practice consistent. And so it has a way of altering a whole trajectory of a path for someone's life when you go through that 40 days. I mean, I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just explaining what the thing is. But so Nick, what I want to jump into here is the 3 themes of Baptiste training. So in our trainings, like a level 1, let's say, as an example, there's these 3 themes of training, right? And it's be a yes. That's the one theme. The second is give up what you must. And then the third theme, you want to fill in the blank, Nick?
Come from you already now.
Come from you already now. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
nice.
You got it.
And so give up what you must, be a yes, come from ready when, like now, and where, like, so where would we apply that to, like when we're training ourselves? So there's 3, I want to say this one last thing. There's 3 essential practices that we use in Baptiste yoga: asana, meditation. You want to drop the last one, Nick?
Inquiry.
Oh yeah, nice. That wasn't a test. It was not a test, but maybe. So no, really good. Yeah. So asana, meditation, and self-inquiry. And so I want to correlate the 3 themes: be a yes, give up what you must, come from ready now, and to the practices. And what do you see? What's your take on it? Like, where do you see this intersection of those 3 themes and the 3 practices, or just one of those practices, asana or something? Yeah.
Well, I would say that first and foremost, like the 3 themes of Baptiste yoga have become a blueprint for my life. So I feel like I can relate to them to a lot of things. And in relationship to the 3 practices and techniques, the asana, the meditation, and the self-inquiry, they're present all of the time in my development of those practices, and in turn as a development in myself. For example, in the asana practice, being a yes may show up for some people as just like actually getting out of their house and going to the studio too, or getting to a place where they roll out their mat. It could start with just like being a yes for the practice, but then getting into the practice, and every day is a little bit different, or body feels a little bit different, and there's different things.
Wait, this is really good what you're saying. Let me just ask, kind of stop right here for a moment and ask you a question. So I got that. So being a yes could look like, well, just getting yourself onto the yoga mat, getting out of your house to a class, getting your mat out, getting on the mat. So that's okay, being a yes. But then where are the other 2 themes in there? So there's come from ready now. There's give up what you must. Could it be, I'm asking, could it be, are those correlated to being a yes? Or do those allow, does giving something up, and what could you give up? Like, could someone give up to be a yes to get themselves on the mat? Or could come from ready now have anything to do with fulfilling on a yes or being the yes? You get what I'm asking? Is it just the one? Is it just, I'm just a yes? And maybe, or could they all be at interplay with each other?
Oh, they're at interplay with each other. Totally. I mean, I think, in order to be a yes for getting to the yoga studio to roll out your mat, you have to, let go of, you have to create time, so like let go of things in your schedule that may be keeping you from doing it, or mental blockages that may be keeping you from getting in and doing the physical work, and by doing
what are some mental blockages?
Like, I'm not strong enough. I'm tired. I haven't done this in a long time. Oh my gosh. Like, this is going to hurt. Like, whatever kind of things pop up for you mentally, like, to give those up is a necessary thing in order to show up and to be a yes. And also to put your feet in your shoes and grab your mat and grab your car keys, and to come from you're ready now. Like, okay, I'm going to go do this. Like, to have the attitude of like, right now is all I've got. They all work together. And I don't think that they're linear in any way, shape, or form. I don't think that in order to be a yes, that you have to first give up what you must and then come from you are ready now. It may be that they happen in a different order.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Well, now let's land it. Let's take it out of concept land and bring it down to earth. So, what would it look like in a pose? Let's say, so you get yourself, okay, I was enough of a yes. I gave up. Oh, I don't want to do this. I just want to hang out on the couch, or I'll go take a walk. I don't want to get on the yoga mat. Yeah. Like what you said, too stiff, too um, lethargic, too tired. It's been a long day. Been feeling like I don't want to get on a yoga mat. It seems like there's more resistance to deal with. Okay, so I give all that up. And then I just take on, okay, I'm just gonna come from, I'm ready to do this now. Regardless of what I'm feeling, I'm just thinking, I'm just gonna give those thoughts and feelings up in a moment. I'm just gonna come from ready now. I'm a yes, I got my feet on the mat. Okay, now let's bring it down to earth here into like right when you get onto the mat, like the first pose, like a child's pose or a downward dog pose or a forward bend pose. What could be happening just moment to moment in there, like mentally, physically, energetically, that would then bring up the opportunity to keep your attention on the three themes as part of the method, could say, part of the practice to have to optimize your practice. Yeah. What do you see? Any take on that? Yeah.
I've got my head on my mat and I'm taking deep breaths. And as I'm breathing, thoughts are coming in. I'm like wondering, if I wore my underwear or whatever, like things pop in because there's so many different distractions in life that are just inundating me. And then with every breath that I take, I have an opportunity to reconnect to my body. I connect to my body. I feel my feet. I feel my hands. And I start to
So
move and
it's like,
feel.
just let me just check with you here. So you have those thoughts, and then like you said, okay, you just got random thoughts, and then you went straight to connecting to your body. Is it like that? Or, I mean, what if you were to put in the three themes in those moments?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, okay, yes, now I'm going to get present here. Going to feel my feet, going to feel like my contact to the floor right here, the earth right here. I'm going to, give up whatever these thoughts. I'm going to come into be a yes for breath right here. Is it kind of like, and then I get now there's a readiness to connect in to what I'm experiencing, something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm just wanting to keep it in the context here of the three themes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like that. And then I'm ready. Like I become more of a yes because I've let go of what I need to and I get present on my mat. And then I start
Wait, let me ask you that. I know I keep
Yeah.
interrupting here, but
I
what do you
like it.
mean I became, what did you say? I became more of a yes?
Yeah, become more of a yes for what I'm doing. And also just for myself, I would say too, like I'm a yes for doing the work that I showed up to do.
Yeah.
And
Really, yeah, really good. Does that have something to do for you with attention, like where you're putting your attention? Because to me, I hear what you're saying. It's like, what is it to be like? Okay, I'm being a yes. I get that. It's like it's a kind of way of being for something, right? I'm open. I'm bringing my fullness, but here's my fullness of energy and I'm fully committed here. There's that, and then I want to narrow it down into attention. You see, like something about like, yes, I'm going to just put my eyes on the prize. Like I'm going to put my eyes on the prize, and that meaning whatever I see in front of me, the drishti, right? That gaze, like just setting my eyes on a point. Like I'm a yes for that, or more than just a yes for that. It's the doing of it, the actioning that is actually the yes.
You got
If
it.
I'm not doing something. So I don't know if you remember our training posters at like level 1 or in program. And it was like being a yes, not as concept, but as a reality. And to me, and that's what I'm wanting to point to here, it's like being a yes to me, the only place that being a yes can show up is in action, in reality, is actioning it. If I'm not actioning something, then to me it's still okay. I'm being a yes, but I'm still just sitting here on the couch. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
being a yes for a yoga practice, or I'm being a yes to meditate, but I'm not doing the thing. Does that make sense?
absolutely. You got to do the dang thing. You know, it
As a
doesn't matter
yeah,
what.
as a yes.
That's right.
Yeah, as a yes.
Intentionally with attention, do the practices and techniques, put yourself
Yeah.
there in order
Yeah.
for it to occur. It's an action that we create.
Yeah, yeah, no, very good. Cause yeah, that's it, right? Like people talk a lot. People talk a big talk,
Mm.
but then there's the doing. Then there's the people who do the things, right? Do the thing, like you said.
Yeah,
And to me, that's the demonstrations, demonstrative of what it is to be a yes, is actually the doing of the thing. Showing up to the mat consistently, daily, like that. Different than, oh yeah, I'm a yes, rah rah, and I ain't doing squat. Just something
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think of it as even with teachers, yoga teachers, instead, it's a concept when you say, okay, to your students, you say, be a yes.
Mhm.
But when I'm actually looking at my students, speaking into their body, present with my students, breathing with my students, connected to them, then there's that action of connection that creates the value of yes.
Yeah, really good. Wait, let me just ask you this. So when you say looking at your students as being a yes, what does that mean to look at your students?
It's a good question. I would
I mean, I know
say
what that would be for me, but I'm curious what it is for you.
for me, looking at my students is observing them and noticing them putting the actions into their body or not putting the actions into their body and being with them in a
So is it
collaborative
looking at
way.
them or is it looking at their body? Like, so if you say, okay, spread your fingers,
Yeah.
are you looking at them, whatever them is, or are you looking at their fingers to see? Because that's what it means to me. But that's why I want it. When you say them, I mean, are you looking? It could be that when you say them, what comes up for me is, well, I'm looking into their soul or I'm looking into their present. And maybe that's why I'm asking. I know what it is for me. I'm physical, like
Uh-huh.
physicalness. I'm looking for the
Yeah.
physicality, the physical unit. So if I'm looking at the student, well, what am I looking? I'm looking at their hands. I'm saying, okay, spread your fingers. I'm looking at their hands, their
Yeah.
fingers. If to spread
Yeah.
your toe, or feet on 12 o'clock, I'm looking at their feet. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. I'm looking at the physicalness, what they're doing physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then is there some secondary or primary attention that you have, like in that way of like seeing just, I don't know, the person, the aura or the energy or I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I think that an energy is a palpable thing, right? Like like hearing the breath and observing the movements of their body in relationship to the sound of their breath creates an energy that can be felt in that way. But I mean, majority of the time I'm looking at their body, the physicalness of their body, and from the physicalness and what they're doing in their practice, then I'm able to feel a higher energy,
Yeah.
feel a higher vibration.
Okay, really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then let's take it into let's just switch. So you're kind of speaking and we're looking through a teacher lens, but let's put it into a student's perspective. So if I'm a student and a teacher says warrior one, and then then it's like the teacher says, okay, set your eyes to a point, and then deep breathing. Where would be being a Now, as a student, I'm at choice, right? I could choose to do like what the teacher is just directing, like set your eyes and really like move into that, be a yes for that, you could say. or breathing, yeah, whatever the thing, so the instructions. So is there, if looking through a lens here, or from a student's perspective, is there something that the with the three themes in mind here that a student, a practitioner, okay, warrior one, what is it to be able to put in and keep in the principles of the practice or the directions being given from the teacher? Is there, you get what, I don't know if I'm being specific enough in what I'm asking, but what might get in my way as a student, get in the way of me optimizing what's available in the pose in this moment, putting in and keeping in the methodology, the principles like that?
Yeah. Well, I believe there's quite a few things that could get in someone's way as a practitioner. What might get in my way as a practitioner could be the external environment, just a unfamiliarity of the heat or the way that a yoga class is or the people around me, but also internally, like how I'm feeling, like have I been taking care of myself? Am I rested? What thoughts are coming up for me that keep me from listening?
Mm,
And and actually, as I speak it, I think the big part of this is a really big part of this is in my listening. What is my listening in? Is my listening present? Am I
mm, mm.
connecting to and putting in the instruction that's coming towards me or coming to me, or am I, listening from what I know? And and that,
So let me just, yeah, really good, really good. But
yeah.
let me put in again the three themes here. So what would
Mhm.
it look like for someone to put in and keep in um, the three themes, in a pose like that? So,
Yeah,
okay, I got that. Like you're saying, okay, I could be distracted by the environment and what's going on around me. I could, and
sure.
that's a choice. Yeah. Or I could, put in the drishti, the gaze. I could put in the breath. I could put in the principles of, like, the five organizing principles of true north alignment as they're being directed to me. Or if I know them, I could be putting them in, or I could just be hanging out in the pose, just kind of, yeah, kind of half baked, half, unconscious, half in. But what
Yeah.
would bring me in, using the three themes specifically? What would bring me in a moment? Going from distracted in the environment to, like, okay, drishti, gaze, okay, breath, okay,
Mhm.
feet activation, engaging, periphery to core, core out through the extremities, like that.
Yeah, I mean, my body and connecting to my body and
Well, remember
uh,
the three themes though. Let's stay in the attitudinal kind of realm, the three
yeah,
themes. So yes, being a yes. What are you yes for? What could I be a yes for? What
yeah,
could I give up in a moment? What could I be, just come from right now, ready now, I'm doing the thing now.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
what? Hey, I mean, yes for this. I showed up for this. Let's get my mind straight. Let go of anything that's distracting me, the thoughts that are distracting me. Get connected to your body, and like this is all you got. You showed up here. Put your time in right now
Yeah.
and focus. And put
It,
your
it
attention on it. Put your
yeah.
attention on your body. Get here.
Yeah.
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 And that's how I do it. I mean,
The task at hand.
yeah, dang right.
And then
And
I go, okay, I do that for a few moments, and then suddenly I'm drifting again. It's
yeah,
like,
and then you
wait,
do it
wait,
again.
wait. It's like, do what again? Do
Get
what again?
put my
Three
attention,
themes, three themes.
put my attention on what I want to have happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
be a
Be
yes,
a yes for it.
be a yes for it and let
And the
go of,
yes for putting in the drishti, the ujjayi, the five pillars of the practice: ujjayi, drishti, foundation. Yeah, the vinyas, the flow in the moment, just a presence. These, the heat, generating that heat. So I come back to it. I'm like a yes for that, and then give up what?
let go of my limiting thoughts, those things, the distractions that are coming into my head or the things that are keeping me from being connected to my body. And then putting my attitude and my attention on being ready right now and focusing on what's happening right now intentionally. and giving my attention to the practice that I'm in
Yeah, fully, right?
fully.
And it's like what that creates is that tapas thing, right? When we bring in intensity, uh, uh, and attentiveness, and we're really all in, that kind of yesness. Like I'm all in, and I'm actually doing the. How do I know I'm all in? How do I know I'm a yes? Because I'm doing the thing. I'm not just kind of hanging out, going through the motions on autopilot. No, I'm pulling in tight. I'm going narrow and deep, and like literally physically rooting down to pull up. Got my but moment to there's a kind of rigor, and as we pull energetically in tight, like I'm all in as a yes for this, and I keep giving stuff up moment to moment. My mind starts talking to me. Oh, this is getting hard. My thighs are shaking. It's like, wait, I'm just going to give that up, and I'm going to be a yes for the breath here, the drishti here, the flow, the vinyasa here, right? Kind of like that, the extremity to core, the core out to the extremities, that the bandhas kind of work, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But it's like, it's really the three themes can, when they're in concept, they're like a bumper sticker. Yeah, be a yes. But that's absurd, because that won't change anything. When you really yes for something, it demonstrates an inner commitment. I say, I think when someone's really like, look at what someone's committed to in their life. How do we know what someone's committed to? How do we know what they're committed? By what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they're a yes for. You're yes for like just drinking or smoking or just, and eating to numb away, stress and disappointment and overwhelm. Well, it's fine, but what you're a yes for is just not feeling, right? You could be. What you're a yes for is staying checked out. Okay. And then that just demonstrates what you're committed to. It's not bad or wrong. It just has its own kind of sets of results and outcomes. And though then when a commitment changes within someone, I know within myself, when the commitment really changes and it's real, it for a positive kind of change I want, like getting on a yoga mat or becoming a teacher. It's like the yes overcomes the fear of doing a training, right? Like getting an education on how to teach, how to become an instructor, as an example. I'm willing to face my fear because my commitment, my yes to actually up level my life, to put myself out there, to grow at the edge, to put myself out into the uncomfort zone, which allows me to grow. I have to, there's a demonstration, right, of that commitment by doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And giving up the thoughts like, no, not now. I'll do it next year. One day I'll teach, if teaching's on your thing, or one day I'll get on the mat consistently daily, or one day I'll just sit for 20 or 30 minutes every morning. Someday I'm going to do that, meditate like that. But when you're really ready to shift your yes, because we can be a yes for something that's just negative. Again, habitual patterns that undermine what we really want: our health, our fitness, our mental health, physical health, well-being, spiritual health, well-being. It's like at a certain point, okay, I'm tired of being a yes for those things that undermine what I really want, undercut what's possible, undercut my confidence, because I know I'm like not fulfilling on and becoming who I could be, and discovering that person. And but giving that up, coming from I'm ready now, and you do the thing. Yeah, I don't know. What's your take on it? Just out of where we are right here in the conversation, as far as like looking at the practices as a part of living life, like on a daily.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. That's what's coming up for me, is that it is a lifestyle for me. I live these the three themes. I live them. And
Yeah.
I also live the practices and techniques. I'm constantly and like paying attention to the thoughts that are coming into my mind and letting them go, similar that I would in a meditation, similar that I would in an asana practice, and focusing on getting connected to my body. I'm paying attention to the stories that I have and those things that are limiting me, and um, in regards to like self-inquiry and like letting those things go and working to be present and doing the things that I want to do. And I'm in action of those things. And
Yeah.
I see that in everything that I do, from mountain biking, fishing, hunting, yoga, my relationship with my wife, my
Mm.
relationship with my kids, my relationship with you,
Yeah.
and putting myself in uncomfortable positions has become the norm, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know
And
like when,
no, really good. I
yeah,
love it. And what does that allow for in your life
I
and
mean,
for
it,
yourself? Yeah.
dude, it allows for life, man. I mean, I feel alive when I'm in this conversation with you right now, Baron. I feel alive. I enjoy having conversations like this that get me to a place to go deeper, to be present, to listen, to learn.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
what
and
else? What else does it allow for?
it
To
allows for
listen, to learn, to life. Yeah. What else?
Oh, like way deeper connection to the people that are in my life and to
Yeah.
people that I've yet to meet in my life.
Yeah.
A deeper connection to myself and a bigger understanding around what it is that I'm here for and what my purpose is and what I'm able to and capable able to do and capable to share with other people as an opportunity for them to have the same experience.
Yeah, I love it. Well, and that's really good. It kind of naturally leads to a question. Then, what do you love about teaching? Because you're a teacher, right, at heart, and you're a phenomenal teacher. Like I know that about you, and I've seen you, and the impact and the difference with people, and the difference you make with people, the contribution you are for people. And but the love you have for teaching to me is that embodiment of a yes and doing the thing. And I mean doing the thing, showing up day after day, month after month, year after year, over what a decade. Now, what is it that has your commitment to teaching being a yes like that? What do you get from teaching and sharing what you say you're practicing every day, all the time, everywhere in your life? These three themes are yes for what you want, what's possible, giving up what you must, coming from ready now. And I'm sure none of us do that perfectly, right? But to the
Yeah.
degree you're doing that, and it's working, right, and in great ways, and then to the degree that it, it it's allowing for you to show up and teach for others. What is the love for teaching? What is that commitment? Where does that come from in you?
Well, I believe that my love for teaching comes from my love to grow as a person, because as I have developed my teaching skills and understand more about getting in front of people, I'm pushing myself to new places and learning what it's like to be in front of more people and learning what it's like to be in front of more people in different situations, like kids in schools or working with first responders or veterans, or working with larger groups of people in the general public. And just, I think that always brings up some sort of new area for me to grow and
Mm,
to become a bigger version of myself. And by doing that, really my motivation from that even more now is my kids.
mhm.
My kids do everything that I do. If I'm jumping on the trampoline and it's hot and I take my shirt off, I'll turn around and my two boys they have their shirts off and they're jumping with me. And I know that they're watching everything that I do and everything, every way that I'm being, how I'm communicating with my wife, how I'm communicating with them. They're picking up on it and they're going to bring it into their life. And so by putting myself out there as a teacher and building community and being a stand for people and the goodness of people, I know that will be picked up by my kids too, which makes me happy and makes me feel like I'm giving them something that they can take with them forever.
Yeah. And what about all that drives you and keeps you coming back? Maybe you said it, but in yeah.
Growth.
Yeah, you said that. That's right. Yeah, growth, right? your
Yeah,
own
it's
growth. Yeah.
yeah,
It,
growth.
yeah, really good. Is there anything, like, I know for myself, there's my own growth, and then there's also like the difference that teaching, leading can make for others, and that, gratitude shining back just out of people's eyes. I know
Yeah.
that that's also a driver for me because, over a lot of years, I'm like, sometimes it's so hard, leading a level one or leading a training. And man, it takes everything you've got to show up like that. It takes everything you've got, to show up for, a week or, an abundance of time and lead for hours on end. It's hard. It's not, and you're going through them like, wait, why am I doing this? Like, why? And then
Yeah.
it's like the why shows up like at the end of that training when you're seeing the transformation, the glowing, the rate people's just beaming out, uh, and the gratitude just shining out, and it's that I know right there. I'm like, oh, that's why. That's why I do all this. That's why we do all this. It's like because it's making that difference over there, which then fulfills me, the teacher, whoever the teacher. And I think you're kind of probably relating to what I'm speaking to, but
Totally.
it's like it's having that positive impact over there, it fulfills something like in here, right? In us as a teacher. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah.
Oh, totally, man. And it's and it does happen where you see that at the end of a training, and that's incredibly rewarding. And then and I know you have this experience all the time, but you see it like 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. No, I have to say, Baron, Katie, and I and our family are incredibly grateful for the work that you've done to create the programs that have help us be empowered to live life as better human beings. And it's touched us. I mean, our house is an example of the methodology in action. And we're not walking
Yeah,
around
being
all
a yes for it.
yeah,
You're like, I'm a yes.
I'm not always like,
I'm
hey,
giving
Owen,
this
be a
up.
yes for putting your toys away, or right,
I'm ready now. Do the thing.
like
Those toys
Sawyer, be a
away. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, be a yes for going to the bathroom and
Oh
stop
man, my
using
kids used to
diapers.
work that against my son and be like, God, can I just go? Can I just stay out instead of 10 p.m.? Can I just stay out till 11? I'm like, nope, 10. Like, no, it's like, you're a hypocrite. You're not being a yes. I'm like, I'm a yes for you being home at 10.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like that, right?
It is like that,
Yeah.
but
Awesome, man.
it's made a huge shift in our lives, man. And
Yeah.
we were talking about that the other day. The amount of energy that I've taken from trainings, whether I've been in them or whether I've been an assistant in them or supporting you or working with you any
And
way,
those
shape, or form,
trainings, right?
dude.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
those trainings, like, man, nothing like it on the planet.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing, right? Just from the technical knowledge that just gets created in those environments to the kind of new ways of being and the shedding of old heaviness and weighted, energetic weight. And just come out light, come out clear, come out with, the practices and techniques embodied and with the ability to share. It's good stuff, man. Well, thank you, Nick. And you all, there is a level one coming up October 24th. You could just go to baptisteyoga.com. Love to have you in this training coming up October 24th. It's virtual, so it's online. Last one for this year. And Nick Clark, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you and appreciate your time here. And all you watching and listening, some of you right here live, and all of those of you who will be watching this into the future, stay blessed, stay safe, and stay present to the practices that keep you, like in moving in the direction you want to go in life, in your health, your spiritual, mental, physical potential. Keep realizing it and keep embracing it. And the practices are just solid tools to support that. Asana, the physical practice, the meditation, getting connected to your being, creating the lines of communication to your higher intuition, and the self-inquiry, where you just, in that kind of questioning of like, what is my life for? Who could I be? What do I need to give up? What do I need to let go of? Why am I so reactive? Why am I holding on to old resentments? Why am I pretending to be someone I'm not? Why am I wearing different masks with different people in different situations? How come I'm not just being myself? And wait, what if I were to just be myself? Oh, well, that would be scary. People might judge me. If they really saw the real me, they might not like me. So I'm pretending to be someone that I think they might like. Well, what if you gave all that up and you just rang true? You be true. You true up to who you are and were born to be truly. That's just all the kind of work, and it's the work we do here in level 1. It's the work we do in Baptiste yoga. And anyhow, invite all of you to take it on and live your best self, live your best life, especially in a troubled world. Stay prepared physically, mentally, spiritually. Be prepared for whatever comes your way. All right, Nick, lots of love, man. Be well.
Thank you, man. See you, Baron.
Yeah. Peace out. Peace out to all you watching. Thank you for being here.